Too Many Records universe, I am about to undertake the impossible. For a big, obsessive, music fan, this is one of the hardest tasks anyone would ever try to undertake. This is one that leaves you constantly second-guessing yourself and asking, am I missing something? That's right. I am going to be counting down my 100 favorite albums of all time. Now this doesn't come without a couple caveats, so stick around to find out exactly how I'm doing this challenge and what you have to look forward to. There are many ways to do this challenge, and personally, I have a specific set of rules set out for myself. I didn't want to just do my 100 favorite albums of all time, because that would end up being a huge mishmash of the same, 7 artists, and it would be incredibly boring for you guys to watch. I don't really do boring and repetitive content on this channel as much as I can help it, so I wanted to make it entertaining for you guys while still being true to how I feel. Before I get into the specific rules, I just want to talk about the ethos behind this. What amazed me while trying to come up with this list is just how many amazing records there are that exist. I mean, look at the size of my record collection. I love the vast majority of these records, and that's why I own them. That's why anyone should own a record, as in it means something to you in a special way, or you love it front to back. But there's way more than 100 records here. There's almost 20 times that many records here. There's so much good music out there. And to that point, there are going to be some entries on this list where you're going to say, what? That's one of his 100 favorite albums of all time? It is. That's one of the 100 best albums of all time? It's not. This isn't a list of the best albums ever. I'm not arrogant enough to even try to begin to do that. These are ones that were important to me at a specific time and continue to be important in my life. A lot of these choices are peppered with specific nostalgic memories that make the album important to me, whether it was where I was when I first heard it, or the specific artists or genres that the album turned me on to, or even the people I was with when I heard it for the first, 5th, or 50th time. Music's extremely nostalgic for me, as I'm sure it is for many of you, and that is a governing force over a lot of the picks on this list. There are a lot of artists that I love who didn't make the cut because, well, they don't have amazing albums front to back. I want all of these albums to be ones that A to Z, every track, no skips, things that you will absolutely think are a cohesive, wonderful piece of art with very little to no filler. I say very little because there are some albums on here that do have 1 or 2 songs that I'm not crazy about, but the other songs are strong enough that they do make the list. Overall, long story short, these are albums that I believe will stand the test of time, at least for me, and I hope that after you listen to them, if you don't know them, they will for you. So let me get into the rules. I am doing a kind of desert island rule type thing. Basically, I'm looking at it as what are 100 albums I would take on a desert island. That means that yes, an artist can be represented more than once. However, if there's more than one album by one artist on the list, they have to represent different things sonically. They have to bring something new to the table. I love so many albums by The National, but to be fair, a lot of their albums have a very similar sound to them. Therefore, only the ones that are very special to me or different are going to be on the list. They need to scratch a specific itch, otherwise you're wasting a slot that can give you another type of experience. And the other rules are going to narrow it down quite a bit more, and I'm doing that because I feel like I could do other videos, if you guys like this series, involving these rules of things that I'm cutting out. No mixtapes, no EPs, no live albums, no compilations, no greatest hits, no soundtracks. I'm leaving all of that out, and this is just my 100 favorite studio albums. Very precise, but still an overwhelming amount to get through. So the list is in order from 100 to 1, and I'm going to start at 100 and count down, but you should know that the list is not set in stone when it comes to the order. Do not get bogged down in the minutia of, oh, number 78 is better than number 83. You know what? It's not like that. Almost all of these albums, if not all of them, are perfect to me, which is why they made this list. So the listing is kind of arbitrary by saying that. Ultimately, just look at it as a general curve. Yes, my top 10 mean a lot more to me than my bottom 20. But I love all of these albums, and it's more of a slow trajectory going down. So don't get bogged down in the numbers, just take in the music you don't know, and hopefully you find some new artists you love. In addition to talking about why I put the album on the list, if there's anything cool about the vinyl pressing, I'm going to show it off, especially if I own it, which I do for most of these. Some of them I don't. So I'm excited to kind of show off these records while also promoting the albums and hoping that you guys can add them to your collection eventually. I plan to do 5 records per video, and I'm trying to release these every other week. Roughly 6 months of content. There's going to be stuff in between so you don't get burnt out in the series, and I may do some back-to-back depending on my schedule, but that's the goal for now. I'm really excited to see what everyone thinks of my picks. I've been working really hard on this, and I'm very happy with the list in its current iteration. I recommend you guys try the same. I'd love to hear what you do for your lists. It's harder than you think. Alright guys, this is the intro, and I don't want to make you wait that long. I'm not going to make you wait till next week. The first episode of this series is coming out in 2 days on Wednesday. So look forward to that. And in this video, start your predictions. Let's see if you guys can nail some of the albums that'll be on my top 100. Again, you may not expect some of the things that are on there. Drop a comment below with some picks that you think, based on this channel, I will definitely have in my top 100. I'm not gonna tip my hat, but I'm gonna enjoy seeing what you put. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Too Many Records. The notification bell is turned on so you don't miss any videos I put out. I really can't wait to put this series out. It's gonna be great. Thanks for sticking around with Too Many Records. Talk to you soon. Take it easy.